Thank you very much, Trace. Scumbag Sean Gez, who knew? Comes out at noon, goes away at 1 p.m. There are really interesting statistics, not head-to-head, but just on these maps in general for these teams. They're both 36% on Mirage with 11 maps, which is just unusual. Pretty much 50% on Dust 2 and Inferno. There is a slight advantage for AVANGAR in the numbers, but it's a numbers advantage what it is for AVANGAR as well in the pistol round, because Toric's been taken out and the numbers are all over the A-bomb sites at the moment. But there's a crossfire. That's a disgusting shot from Perfecto. He's pretty good for a multi-kill in many of these games for Syman Gaming. Trying to hold his position, but he can't take out Keycat.
Yeah, here comes Kios there from Porch. Also, Nealon is trying to get through that smoke, but it's still up, so he can't really do too much just yet. The forward fire will push, or allow Kios to push in, but they're getting taken down pretty easily here, one after the other. Oh, nice fade away from Nealon. This might convince him to try to maybe get another cheeky frag. And if he can do that, perhaps he'll go for it, but pretty committed now. Maybe try to get the money, but no. He'll fall back. He's got the kits. He doesn't have any Kevlar to save, but he has the kits at the very least. So
I want to see a kit in the second round. I want to see him hold on to this.
Yeah, it's always nice, isn't it? And they will be force buying, so it is good to have that kit and not have to worry about purchasing one.
Buster, he's chasing a lot, but bearing in mind, he's the only one with perfect armor. So again, it's like, do you chase for that kill to get $350 or $300, or do you not chase that kill and get a helmet for $350 and save yourself $650? There's always maths to do after these pistol rounds, man. Someone who's dead has just got to look and see who's got perfect armor. Like, Buster, calm down, move away from the bomb, keep your perfect armor. Then that lets you get an AK and utility in the second round, and here we go. We do have the defuse kit carried into this round. Not often you see a defuse kit in the second round after the CTs have lost a pistol, so you never know what funky shenanigans could happen. We'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, we've got a tag with the scout from top mid, Ramzik. He's been popping off in some of the games in this tournament, and he'll definitely need to do so here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much right now, but early scout shots like that can really mean everything. As the round progresses, the trend be so weak now. And AVANGAR have to be really cautious that they don't get chunked down on any other players, because once that second kind of big chunk of damage comes in onto the T's, it starts to get really scary. I mean, look how many Deagles are in play here. We've got 3 Deagles, so suddenly 1 bullet's all that will do it. No headshot required, and that really does change the equation significantly. So AVANGAR will make their way, make their way towards top mid. They've given up Banana now. And it'll be a balcony burst. There goes the flashbang, and here comes the burst. Nice there with that Mag-10 doing what it does best. And Toric will take down Sanchi. Look how weak these remaining players for AVANGAR are.
Toric's got some important position for his team. James holding the angle with the AK. You see Toric having another look. So there's some advantage with the AK over the MP9 at the moment, but they have to worry about the other players moving in. Jane will smartly move away, tries to cover his drop with the shot of the AK-47. Kiko Civ, only 7 bullets in his magazine though, so he's in trouble. Here come the Deagles. Again, they've still got that kit in this 4 versus 2. We've got a flank there, James doing what he can, but now it's down to Adren. He's only got a USP for some reason against 2 Mag-10s, and it's disaster for AVANGAR. Why did he only have a USP then?
I love the energy. Yeah, I know, it's an interesting one. I mean, obviously, it is a situation where you're going in against a guaranteed force buy. It's so strong on the CT side. If you lose a pistol to force buy second round, it's just, you can just assume that it will be happening, and you'll be right pretty much like 95% of the time or more. So it is quite odd that he would take that or cut that corner. He was the guy that took that scout damage right at the beginning of the round as well. So and that's also a big deal, because in taking that damage, it means that it's going to force him to play way more defensively than he otherwise would in situations like that, because he can't take any bullets. So yeah, that really works out, and it's really cool that they had the kit. You know, it all kind of played in their favor, Syman Gaming that is. So they're off to a fantastic start here, and here is the response from AVANGAR. They'll force buy back, but it's going to be tough, I think, for them to make this work, because if Syman Gaming can delay them long enough and get rid of some of the utility that AVANGAR have, AVANGAR are going to have to run in dry around these choke points, and doing that on Inferno it's not a good look.
I didn't notice if Adrenaline, I guess he was running with a pistol the entire round, but when you're running with a pistol after winning the pistol round, you're expecting an eco essentially. You're expecting no helmets, so you can just pop people. And generally, a CT team will do that, say on Mirage. Your sniper might do that so they can get the AWP in the first buy round. But I wasn't paying attention to what he was carrying the entire round, so I'll look at it later. But AVANGAR now moving in with the numbers game towards the B-bomb site. So far, not so good. The bomb's been dropped. Buster is out. There's no response in terms of frags. Smoke to create some space by the fountain. This is a vintage strat from the CT side. It's a good for Neelan as well. He'd be good for one. Can he play off his teammate? He's only got 10 HP. Moving forward, gets another frag out of that. More than you can expect in that situation. Pretty good from him. Kiosk needs some help. There's some help. Ramzik and Kiosk. And some huge primal screams on the Syman Gaming side.
Yeah, man, their energy is fantastic out the gate here this morning. It's early, but they are ready to go. And it's good to see them fired up. Syman Gaming, of course, absolutely the underdog in this. You know, AVANGAR have, again, a lot of experience. They've been at it for quite some time. And recently got a Dren onto the lineup as well, just only adding more to that experience.
This is 50-50 for me.
No, yeah, exactly. Like what Syman Gaming have done, they've looked better than AVANGAR in a lot of spots, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come out on top of this, and they're looking ready and raring to go. So
yeah, maybe in terms of like name value, you would favor AVANGAR, but they haven't really shown us that they should be favored. I think in this so far, the inconsistency from one Dust 2 to another is shocking.
Yeah,
what we've seen in the last few days for them. So they've got a lot to prove here. Yeah,
AVANGAR are one of those teams that online they're insanely dangerous, but on land they don't quite have the same results that you'd want to see, given how deadly they are on the interwebs. Either way, should be a free one here for Syman Gaming, an opportunity for them to build money. AVANGAR, their objective really is just to get a kill. 2 kills would be nice. Getting a bomb plant, given the lack of utility, is a very hard ask. And I was wondering where Ramzik was getting shot from there. Looks like he was getting exposed from Porsche. There's 2 players around there for Syman Gaming, so that's a bit surprising. I don't think Ramzik should have died there, but it looks like that will be the only death, which is acceptable. Although not quite able to pull the trigger in time, Buster. He'll go down 3-1. So another round in which Syman Gaming get to build their economy, which is all according to plan for them.
It's interesting that Ramzik was allowed to change his name for the major, considering Device, he wasn't allowed to change to Deve. But I guess maybe he added some things on the end of it. So I don't know. We'll see if he's going to be restricted to Ramzik Boss in the future.
It is it's quite cool. He's got the dollar signs in there and everything. It's pretty awesome.
He's gone mad Hollywood. It's all gone to his head. The AWP will look to go to the heads of his opponents for that 400 plus damage. 3 players of Syman Gaming starting towards Banana. We've got Buster creeping behind the smoke grenade. Flashbang, and that's a problem for Neelan. He eats that one. No response. Flashbang is easily avoided, but the gunshots are not. Still a man advantage though for AVANGAR. Torek the only man towards the A-bomb site, and AVANGAR will expect a rotation towards B and try and make inroads towards A. Looking good at the moment. Torek's going to have a lot to do. Kills has made his way towards bottom mid, and if they keep slowing down AVANGAR, there's a chance he could activate first. He spots one player moving to the side, but he's looking for multi-frags.
As Kiko coming in from the back there for the trade, but Torek is holding down the balcony position. Sanji's stuck in the corner. In comes Ramzik. That's a miss and a half. Although the trade will go to Torek, but he's in the 1v1. Doesn't know where Kiko is. He hasn't spotted him. He turns. But Kiko has the drop on him, and that will be that. AVANGAR with a much needed round. And there were some opportunities there for Syman Gaming to recover, but they missed a couple shots, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, that became a bit narrow. I think it was Sanji who was planting the bomb on the bomb site with a MAC-10. He came off the bomb plant when his teammate pushed balcony and got taken out, but he had enough cover to finish off the plant there. But he didn't peek either. He just kind of stopped. So that could have been a little worse, but they won the round regardless. Syman Gaming still have the AWP on Ramzik. No Kevlar this time. Ooh.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Kika did see him as he was jumping up, but obviously he wasn't in a position to shoot, and there is that 400 plus damage with the headshot.
I like it, especially considering that Ramzik had a bit of a miss at the end of the previous round. That's a good way to start things off in this round. Also, he doesn't have Kevlar. Also, Syman Gaming lacking utility overall, so they really needed that early advantage. And look at the response here from AVANGAR. They are not messing around, just straight into this A-bomb side. Very fast, the lineup comes in for Perfecto. He loves a good lineup. will go down though. Torek, good stuff, holding down that A bomb site, anchoring it very effectively. Despite AVANGAR trying to hit with a fast timing, it will be dealt with, and that's a pretty impressive hold from Syman Gaming.
These screams are wild from Syman Gaming. I'm loving them, but I'm kind of terrified as well. For those of you in Go TV, I kind of want to pick Perfecto because, as I said, in the games we've seen from Syman Gaming, he tends to find these 3Ks and 4Ks, but I think his POV will be a little dry on this half, so I'm going to go for Torek instead, see what he's able to do. AVANGAR with Desert Eagles on 3 of the players and 2 flashbangs to take position. Try and use those numbers to swarm. Ramzik will have to be careful. Ooh, he's outstayed his welcome. Did wonder when he was going to start moving there, but before I could even talk about it, he's dead. There's no HE grenade for AVANGAR. If there was, they could have used it to try and send the AWP down mid to be collected. It has been separated. There's a smoke top mid now, and I'm sure that Syman Gaming will take that weapon away.
What's pretty scary here is that they are going to be stacking 3 towards A Syman Gaming on their defense. That is quite scary because if AVANGAR suddenly just decided they're going to run into the B-bomb site, which is not all that unlikely, we can see that that's what they're thinking about right now, then all of a sudden it's just Kios there with an M4. Now Kios is a really fantastic B anchor. Sometimes he shows glimpses of incredible skill, and I hope that we get to see that here. But Neelan's coming to assist, and the spray is good. They were not even looking, and that's pretty ideal. Adren's looked for that AWP, hoping that they would not have rescued it, but of course, as James said, they smoked it off and dealt with it. So that looked like it could have been there could have been some potential with that opening kill from Adren, but it looks like it's all been handled rather well in the end.
You see the money on AVANGAR. Haven't bought just yet. It is a tactical timeout by AVANGAR, so they'll discuss their options moving forward. Adren has been called out for the recent performances on the internet.
Yeah.
Currently with 6 frags. We'll see if he can turn things around here.
It is a shame. The very first day he looked really good, but ever since on the first match, ever since that first match, it's been really dry.
Yeah, he's somebody we're both a big fan of. You know, he's a very storied gentleman. You often talk about his story, and we want to see more from him. And AVANGAR they need to have more from him in this particular series. All on the line now. Syman Gaming, surprise wins along with Dream Eaters at the beginning of this. So crazy going back to the minors and seeing how both those teams are performing to what they've been able to do so far. But do they have a little more in them? Kills moving forward from 3 with the MP9. There'll be an exchange. It's going to favour Syman Gaming for the time being. Neelan with a 2-man spray down. Happy with that. That certainly handicaps AVANGAR for the rest of the round. 4 versus 3. Not too shabby for Syman.
Yeah, that's so perfect. Oh, you can't do that! That is so bold. Kika with just the hang time gets caught out by Ramzik on the AWP. Ramzik getting some great flicks down Banana with the AWP so far, and that makes it even worse. I was going to say, it's so good that Neelan falls back. They had a 4 versus 3. They've done the job, and that's now... this is so hard to come back from for AVANGAR.
I suppose there's a reason you don't see people jumping like that on Banana.
Yeah.
And perhaps AVANGAR have just learned it at great cost because now they're only 2 versus 4. But in a lot of cases, there'll be 2v2 on whatever site they choose to push. Neelan's got a nice angle here. It can be pre-fired though, or pre-aimed at the very least. There's the bomb on the radar. Not re-aggressing. Adren considering his options. Neelan's in a weird spot. He can't make him off any more than this. He's got to stand his ground, and he will. He has an AK as well, and he makes it work pretty well. 12 HP. Sanji now in the arch position. Doesn't really know where the other players are. You can see Torres taking a forward position. Beautiful shot from him, a ding and a dong. And that's a solid round for Syman Gaming. They survive with 3 after losing 1 early. It's pretty good going for them. Yeah,
they're looking so strong. Neelan's 13 for 3. He's really having a great go of things here. And you can see this is him just ruining lives at the Banana position. And that is so bold.
Something you should not be doing.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice shot. You don't often see it because, as James said, people almost never, you never see the jump being made.
You can't do that for free.
Not against any kind of
if anyone's there, be it a rifle or an AWP, you're going to get shot. Doesn't matter what weapon they have. So, what the value of that play is, if you have an idea, please let me know. But as we can see is a very dangerous one. You're in mid-air, there's nothing you can do if somebody is there. So it's like, if you're looking to see if somebody is there, and they are, then what do you think is going to happen? You're probably going to get shot.
I'm liking that Syman Gaming are repeatedly just they're playing kind of the basics pretty well here on Inferno so far. We're seeing the banana takes repeatedly with the utility. You know, of course, Neelan is a big feature of that. He's the guy that's actually going forward with the rifle to try to take down players who might be flashed or running around trying to evade the incendiaries. And if they keep doing that, you know, I'm really curious, what is the AVANGAR's response? Because again, every team who plays Inferno, they should have protocols when this starts to happen, when they start to get abused on banana like that. Do you respect the plays, or do you try to fight against it? Do you do a delayed retake whereby you let them dump utility, then you retake it afterwards? You know, there is a few different approaches, but AVANGAR can't just let Syman Gaming get away with that all the time. You have to do something about it.
6 rounds from 7 for Syman Gaming. AVANGAR at maximum loss bonus. It's a beautiful smoke grenade, but not so good if you're blind. Holding down the bomb site well though. They got a nice crossfire. Neelan is still alive, backing off a little bit, and Keels will pick up 6 bullets remaining for him. Adren could do some damage now. Needs to reload on that rifle though. 24 seconds. Bomb plant would be nice. Neelan standing in the smoke. Another shot. Close to a third. So some damage done for AVANGAR. No bomb plant, which would have been good for some bonus money. But again, they are at that max loss bonus at the present.
Strangely, that looks a little bit... Well, didn't look too clean, I should say, from Syman Gaming on the defense there. Both Kios and Neelan having trouble connecting their shots. We saw some really prolonged sprays there and some misses. So, otherwise, though, everything's looked really good for them individually. But that was not so clean.
There were some flashes there to force them from position, so it could have been a lot more awkward in fairness, considering how many AVANGAR players there were.
I think Neelan, he like accidentally jumped as well at the beginning, which I think kind of made things a bit weird as well.
Have a look at Ramzik. He's making a play through the apartments. Always reminds me of the fondest days of Fnatic when you see an AWP in apartments. Adren hopping up. There's cover from Torek though. So Ramzik is at no risk in that respect, but he's got to watch out for the wall bangs, as you can see. Not too shy at the moment. In the meantime, with the aggression in apartments, Syman Gaming are pretty passive on B. So bananas for free for AVANGAR. Now will they pursue in the apartments? They're starting to back away. Adren's been lurking around the apartments in a lot of these rounds while AVANGAR have been focusing on that banana possession. And with limited utility, it doesn't look like they're going to hang around for too long.
And the grenades for the B players, Kios and Neelan, you can see there's 2 flashes and an incendiary. They've burned all their smokes. With 50 seconds left, AVANGAR on really good track to go for this push. You can see that's the final smoke on the choke point. That will be going away relatively soon. That was in response to the CT smoke, which can be re-smoked here by the T side. So it's going to be down to Kios and Neelan to show us a very strong defense here. A single flashbang left on Kios. Might not necessarily use it as here comes the push. Oh my goodness, key cut absolutely demolishes them. Nice double on the entry. And what do you do now? Do they save here? It looks like they might have to save.
I think they have to, yeah. They don't have the money and they definitely don't have the position. I'm surprised that Ramzik didn't rotate earlier, because he pushed short while there was a Molotov through that smoke. He pushed short and saw that there was no one there, top mid. Rotated towards the arch position near library. He had two flashes, so obviously if he rotates the well before the push comes in, then he's got those really key flashes that can go towards the pool position to help the CTs fight. But with the information of nobody top mid, I don't know if they have a particular read on something, some kind of play for AVANGAR, but I think some other teams would have rotated a player over in that scenario. So this time AVANGAR are successful, but success has been short and it's been far in between. That's their first round from 5.
I would be surprised to see Syman Gaming playing a bit more aggressive now. After a round like that, it feels very nice to take the initiative, because there they were sort of having to play very reactively, and it's not nearly as fun as getting yourself in the action straight away and maybe having a chance at the frag. And the AWP is a great way to do that, and Banana is a great way to do that. So would not be surprised to see an attempt to get the deep smoke and full banana control from Syman Gaming. But we'll see what they go for. AVANGAR as well, you know, they have lots of options in terms of mixing things up. You can see this round, there was less focus on being aggressive because Ramzik was in a forward position in the apartments, which didn't yield any results, unfortunately, for Syman Gaming. So where does Ramzik go this time?
If AVANGAR had full utility like they do in this round, I only noticed like halfway through the round, but I'm assuming they didn't have full utility. I think maybe they would have ventured more into apartments, so maybe the timing was unfortunate for Syman Gaming with their apartments push, but we'll see an example maybe in this round. There are 3 players to contest Banana for Syman Gaming. An exchange of Molotovs, they've got double HEs behind the half wall, but AVANGAR haven't pushed up too much yet. There's a Molotov of their own towards that car position, and then they're still behind their own smoke. Neelan having a look, but how aggressive does he want to get?
You picked this, surely has to be a flashbang or something, or maybe not. Let's get some information, and indeed, the 3 players on Banana, this is a great way for Syman Gaming to try to take the initiative back early in the round, but they'll get taken down by Buster. However, Ramzik's still there at the back of the bomb site. How do AVANGAR interpret this? Toric's looking to see if they're going to be doubling back towards middle, but of course, Adren will hear that from second mid. He's looking to see if there's any over-aggression coming in from Syman. Of course, there is not. AVANGAR are holding because they have the time to do so. And they're wondering if Syman Gaming will get aggressive somewhere. Dren, he's in such a good position. I don't think Perfecto is going to check that, is he? This is so unusual. And indeed, Adren with the drop onto Perfecto. That's a problem.
Yeah, that timing was unfortunate. Again, Adren doing a consistent job in that respect. I like the 2-man setup from Syman on Banana, but the peak from the second play behind the wall seemed a little late. He must have had some sound cues of the T jumping towards the car position, but he kind of left his teammate to die. Then he was in a rough spot afterwards, and it's fallen to pieces for Syman Gaming, and their money's fallen as well. So this is the chance for AVANGAR to get back into the game. We've got Toric. How far will he go? Because Ramzik's in construction on B. But he's made his way towards short, but still Ramzik isn't moving, so I do wonder what the intention is here.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting spot. You know, oh my god, Toric, he's trying to do a lot of damage here. Strim will kill him, but Toric got 2 there, so he's going to keep the money honest, at least. But the money for Syman Gaming is not the best in the world either. So either way, you know, so I talked about how taking the initiative would be important for Syman Gaming after the previous round, and they did play 3 towards Banana, which was the adjustment I was thinking that they would make, but they struggled to get Ramzik in a position to do anything. And that's partly because they didn't take enough aggression towards Banana to the degree that they could actually get the players all into position there and eventually rotate one back. Or trade one out and then rotate one. And you know, just leave 2 players there, or just leave the AWPer there and play 3 on A. And that's normally what you're going to be looking for, and it's because Buster absolutely annihilated them there. But one thing that was interesting about AVANGAR's approach to Banana is that they were delayed, so they could avoid those initial grenades. So there was an opportunity for Syman to be aggressive there. We'll see a more normal setup here from Syman, 2-3. Although 3 or 2 in apartments, actually. So Ramzik's going in apartments with the AWP again. Maybe this time he'll get something. Kios with the second ult towards Banana. And Ramzik goes down with his apartments aggression. So that's not a good look here for Syman Gaming.
Yeah, he didn't stop in the usual position. He went way beyond that. Unbeknownst to them, Dren's always been waiting for any aggression. He's been keeping his CTs honest there, round after round. It's a delivery from Kios, much needed. I'm surprised the one through the wall didn't shoot. They did shoot. James takes Kios out, but there's another CT here to deal with things. Neelan, he's got no grenades, so he's just desperately picked up a smoke grenade. It's cost him a little bit. He has a wall for now, and Syman Gaming will leave 2 on the A bomb site because Neelan can re-smoke, so he's got some extra time. 1 minute on the clock for AVANGAR. It's 4v3. There's the smoke. AVANGAR don't know what's behind it, but Adren again doing the same job, just making sure nothing crazy is happening elsewhere.
It's a really risky spot for Syman Gaming because it's so hard to know unless, you know, if there's a rotation back to A or not. It's really, really hard to know. And they can't really risk getting that information. Neelan, going for that transfer. Up here for AVANGAR. They're going to lose a player towards A, and that's where they're rotating to, but they don't have much time. They could have actually gotten into the B bomb side. And it's now as a rush. Toric knows he's got a chance to stop them here. He's going to go for the flashbang out of the balcony. Sanji's made his way towards the pit position, though. This is dangerous.
The call came in. Perfecto's in the arch position with the MP9. He's creeping. All eyes on Toric. Most of the eyes. A wide swing with the MP9. Beautiful. Jay misses his shot. Now it's 2 versus 1. Sanji makes it 1v1. He's got a molly, but does he have an angle? Hard to communicate where that bomb's been planted exactly. An attempt through the wall. Perfecto now on the side. Lands that one, but just a little bit. Sanji, he's going to get tagged again, but still, it's next to no damage. And that's a huge head from Sanji. AVANGAR break Syman again.
Absolutely, that was surprisingly little damage on those penetration connections.
Yeah, you've got to land a headshot there. Basically, we've seen NBK land a random headshot from Arch, and it was definitely a kill. Really rough spot. Tagged him twice through the wall for about 20 damage. That's unfortunate, and well, for them at least. And now Syman Gaming are down to Deagles. So no smoke grenades like we've seen from some other teams trying to put the teams into a bad situation. Just going for the headshots essentially.
What do Syman Gaming do as far as adjustments are concerned? I got to say one thing that's that they were finding success with early on is the big committed placed on Banana, but they've been unable to make that work for quite some time in their buy rounds.
If I'm not mistaken about the utility situation in the round where Ramzik first pushed apartments and AVANGAR went towards Banana, I think that maybe the timing of that kind of made Ramzik push further because they didn't go into apartments in that round. I do wonder how that might have changed things. But here we are, bomb being planted, construction in control of Syman Gaming. But I'm sure they'll just be playing for exits at this point. Pretty tight choke points run to their doom.
Yeah. Stealing a gun here would be amazing. That would be such an amazing win for Syman Gaming. Not looking likely at this point though. AK did go down, so I don't know, I'm not sure exactly where it was, but it looks like it will not be possible to get it at this point. Although Perfecto is hanging out towards construction still. Torek spotted. And Perfecto gets another kill. Nice little headshot. Can he get a gun and escape? That would be brilliant. He's looking for it. And nope. No escape. No escape. So there you go. AVANGAR, they've picked up 6 rounds now. They've almost equalized. One more, but they will be faced against a buy here from Syman Gaming. Although if Syman Gaming were to get an AWP, they would be lacking some utility on that player for sure. So it won't be the perfect scenario ever for Syman Gaming. But I also wouldn't be too surprised to see, that 4-rifle setup just getting a little bit more aggressive. Again, I think Banana is really where they, if they really think about where they were most successful, it was where they were picking up that early kill towards Banana. And really going, trying to take logs, trying to go all the way. AVANGAR have been doing a really good job if they've been left to their own devices around the map, taking map control and pushing under bomb sites.
Neelan from Kazakhstan, along with Ramzik. Perfecto from Russia, Kills from Belgium, and Torek from Azerbaijan. I've been to Azerbaijan. Very interesting experience.
I'm gonna go.
Flame towers are pretty awesome in Baku.
Take me next time.
Syman Gaming's lead down to 1 round now. Ramzik on the AWP once more. Utility is not ideal for the CTs, and AVANGAR going to push through the smoke with some flashbangs. HE's towards the car, but they won't go behind, it seems. Now, there's a 3-man setup. Ramzik is the bait with the AWP, holding the headshot angle towards the logs. He shoots, Neelan pops out, standard stuff. This time it's more successful for Syman Gaming. That's a good start. There are still players here to challenge, and the flashbang will force them from their position. But it's a 5 versus 4 for Syman Gaming.
And this is what we were talking about. Playing for that pick, playing for the initiative. Getting that lead early on, but Adren, he's always causing problems, it seems, taking down Torek. And Adren's been focusing on lurking, making these solo plays. Very get-right from Adren.
He's rarely been this deep in apartments in this half so far, so I think he gave them a false sense of security. That angle he's holding is essentially where he got that kill onto Torek. Perfecto now is very far away from his teammates. They are 3 deep on the B bomb site. Neelan has a flash. You would wonder if it was worth going for some info. That's a flash they could use to push Banana to get info, because now the rotation is starting, but surely it's going to be too late. Perfecto doesn't see the shadow just to his right-hand side, and Adren will hop down behind him, and now the pit has been taken. The second last round, how much do they invest into this? Too much, it seems. Ramzik taken out. Keels and Neelan have a combined $400 in the bank, so that's a rough spot.
Yeah, they gambled. They gambled really heavily there, you know, keeping 3 players on B for so long. You know, there gets to be a point where you have a decision to make. You either, you know, you do gamble and you pray that they actually are going to your bomb site and that they're faking A with just a lurker, or they've replaced their lurker to dump some more utility to really make it, to try to really sell a fake. But if you know, otherwise you'd have to play for some information somehow. With those 3 players, you can't just be hanging out forever.
Oh my god.
So that's the... Oh my god. I think he gets shot by his teammate as well. It's hilarious. But yeah, that's the nature of it, and it doesn't work out for Syman Gaming. So 7-7, AVANGAR. Might even get more rounds out of this half. Right as we get to the last round of this first half, and Syman Gaming... They lost quite a lot of money there. They are going to have 4 rifles, a UMP on Perfecto this time.
Chica has a constant look of disappointment on his face.
Oh my god.
Disappointed father. Through the smoke, it'll be hard to find the angles, but Kika is absolutely ready. Disappointment continues with a 3K. Not happy with Syman Gaming, and he's showing it. Frantic now trying to do what he can with the AUG, but this round may already be over. Or maybe not. He needs a multi-frag now. Beautiful start for Kika. He's got so many, he's had so many clutch rounds and just difficult situations where he's come out on top across multiple maps for AVANGAR. He's been so key for them. Yeah,
it's true. I think most notably, like he finds these entry frags, and as you say, in these awkward spots. When his teammates fail, you know, he comes in, gets that double that they need. But speaking of a double, we get 2 kills from Syman Gaming, and that's a 2 versus 2. They've actually made this a winnable situation. Despite that 3K from Keycurt, it might have to be an ace to secure this one, as he is the first contact there from construction if Syman Gaming were to venture 4th, which they of course will. It's the last round, you got to go for it, and they're looking like they have a good chance to do so. There's a kit on Ramzik. Kios, oh, he might be baited by James here. He's not going to be looking to Keykurt's position, and here we go. There's 4 kills. He's on for the ace. 1 versus 1 against Ramzik. He knows he's there, and there it is. He secures the ace, the round of AVANGAR as well. 8-7 at the end of the first half.
Great way to end the half. See if they can continue that in the second half. We'll see you after the break. Buster from Kazakhstan, Keycurt from Kazakhstan, Adren from Kazakhstan, James from Russia, and Sanji from Uzbekistan. When I was in Azerbaijan, I found out that there is a boat that goes from Azerbaijan across the Caspian Sea to Uzbekistan. However, the boat only goes when the boat is full. So if I wanted to go there and visit, there's no guarantee I would have made it back for my flight home because the boat doesn't go until the boat is full.
How long can you wait normally for the boat to be full?
I don't have an answer to that. But if you do, feel free to send me a tweet. Syman Gaming now moved to the T side. All Glocks for them. No utility, no P250s. And it's all Kevlar for AVANGAR as well. They're all suited up. And it's a big fight in mid. Is this a pre-arranged agreement or something? Bring your mans. We'll see you on mid. 5 versus 3 now for Syman Gaming as they continue to pursue the A-bomb sites.
He's got to have a repeat performance, but he'll only get one. James, here he goes. There is a good shot from him. He needs to be perfect, and that was pretty damn good. 7 HP, so he can't take a single bullet. He's trying to entertain him for as long as possible. In comes Buster from the back, but Buster will be busted by Toric, waiting. Oh, James, he's got himself another one. Surely not, James. He's got 7 HP.
They know where he is, and they're going to pursue the A-bomb site, planting for short on double stack. Keel's standing there, and Toric's in the apartment. They can go for a double peek. I think he's been spotted now. Does Toric swing on the balcony for Keels to peek at the same time? That's how you play a 2 versus 1. Marvelous stuff, and back they go. They can make a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then they both peek again. That's generally how it goes, but Keel starts to back off, inviting James into a worse position with less cover. He's got to touch the bomb eventually. Toric with a cheeky peek. But again, James needs to touch the bomb to invite the peeks. Running out of bullets as well. He's got 13, and he's going to hold on to his Kevlar. He's got 7 HP. Assuming there's a force buy in the next round, he's saving himself some money here, essentially. But he will be hunted. Toric's armor. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Toric has taken 2 points of damage to his armor, which will cost him $1,000 rather than $350.
I wonder if that will ever get changed. It seems a little bit...
I like it. Some people complain. I like that it's a thing. I'm not going to say I'll explain why it makes any sense, but I like it, and that's enough for me.
All right, well, we're going to have Syman Gaming on the victory there. That's a good start for them. They were struggling at the end of the first half. Vanguard not actually going with the force buy, which is so very common and very strong on Inferno. And there's a bunch of other reasons why people do it, and it's because also the difference with the CT defense between having full utility and not full utility is enormous. And so, because if you save like this, especially considering that we even see a couple PT-50s board, you're not going to have a situation where if you want the rifles and the AWPs, you're going to have full utility. That's another reason why you almost always see the force buy. It just makes more sense generally speaking, but there should never be one best answer. And we'll see if Vanguard going for that more unusual choice. Looking forward to seeing how it works out on their next rounds.
Sergi eliminated in apartments. 4 players to find. No Molotovs here for Syman Gaming. But they've got the numbers. They will use their utility for isolation. It's only so much as can be expected to do. Kika hasn't been checked for properly, but the 180 is there. Again, AVANGAR are ill-equipped, so it's not a big deal. James doing 180s and 360s by the well. On old Inferno, you could stand on top of the well and you could see into construction. But things have changed a little on new Inferno. I say new Inferno, it's not really new anymore. Although they did update the smashing of the plant pots after our video protests.
What a position this is.
I don't think Nealon even knows where he got that from. Oh, they figured it out eventually. Marvelous stuff. Only 1 player lost. Now it is 9-8 in favor of Syman Gaming. But it's time for AVANGAR to buy. James got the AWP. He's naked though, so I don't think he'll be too deep if he goes to mid. Utility for 4 of the players. Sanji still picking... Oh no, 3 of the players, sorry. He opted for a helmet. And he has no grenades, so I don't know if he was expecting maybe an SMG to still be out on deck, which can be possible, because the teams should know that they'll be a little short AVANGAR. But anyway, here we go. It's a fast start on Banana, and Ramzik's taken out immediately.
Yeah, big win for Vanguard. You can see that they've gone with all the MP9s as a response to, like what I was talking about, where you know if you want to get the rifles out, you're not going to have the utility, so they'll get the utility and get the MP9s. That's how they've decided to do this with James on this AWP with no Kevlar. It's pretty cool actually. I like this. However, Syman Gaming have had a very fast response. They've taken control towards Arch side. That's a good way to respond. You've lost a player, but you got some map control, and they're leaving Toric deep as they go and rotate the bomb back towards the B bomb site, where there is already Keels working on this one, pushing forwards, doesn't hit that entry onto Buster, does some decent damage, but the rotation's coming in. It's going to be about Toric. He knows that he's on the flank here. He's able to, if he times it well, should be able to take a couple players down, but so does Kika again, good for the double. And where's Toric? Oh, this is the problem, James. That timing is so hard to hit.
Yeah.
On the flank sometimes.
He just doesn't have position. James continues to move forward, able to jump away. Kick will finish off the job, and the score is tied 9-9. A very key round for AVANGAR, considering what they came into it with. They get a lot of upgrades, no more MP9s for them, and maybe Sanji will be afforded some grenades on this occasion. Torre coming in from the back. Adren was flanking Banana at the same time. Pretty tight shot for Kika. He continues to be an MVP for AVANGAR.
Yeah, he's come alive in the last 10 rounds or so. That's for sure. Syman Gaming. They had such a good setup there in terms of having Torek on this flank. I don't know if there was time pressure, but it felt like you know they were in a spot where they could have allowed Torek to kind of do a bit more, get into position a bit more before they really commit. But it seemed also that Kios was alone. He went for an entry opportunity way ahead of his teammates, like getting there on the rotation. So that was also, I think, a bit surprising. It feels like as though if Kios would have waited. I don't know if he felt like he had a kill there or not, which could have been the case. But it feels like if he would have waited, Torek would have had some more time. The push would have been more together as well. And that could have been a different situation. But alas, it was not. Syman Gaming. They are on the struggle bus here. They got two P250s. Nealon sacrificed Kevlar and most of his life, it seems, taking a nade to the face. He sacrificed himself for the team. They're going to burst onto A. There's 4 players here for AVANGAR. It's as if they know.
Will there be a pop flash into the apartments, maybe? Kika could throw one for his teammate, but it won't be time. W trades on the short position. Adren sees a lot of grenades coming his way. Buster eats a flashbang, but he's still alive. He could play off Kika on the other way around. There's one. There's a team kill in the meantime for Syman Gaming, leaving Ramzik alone in a 1 versus 2. 1v1 for the time being. We've got a rotation from James. 1 minute on the clock, but he's kind of stuck on the A bomb site. He's committed. Down to 14 HP now. Looking to play for the round, looking for Bust. He finds him, but won't find the bullet. He will receive it instead. AVANGAR take the lead, double figures for them.
Really good hold. They're able to cheat their way, at 4th player towards that A bomb site because James went towards Banana, and in not seeing any pressure towards Banana, he gets to just stay there and get a lot of information. Oh, I didn't see that one. Ramzik taking Kios's head off. Oh dear, not ideal. But yeah, James was allowed to see everything on Banana, so they had full information very early on of AVANGAR. And James, I think, is going to be a big problem on this CT side for AVANGAR, or rather, I should say, for Syman Gaming, with AVANGAR on that CT side. Lots of presence here towards Banana again. James has an MP9 for assistance. And AVANGAR, you can see they know those pistols here. They've got deep position on Banana. They're expecting a play into the A-bomb side.
Kika up close to the MP9. We saw some other teams struggle to... I think it was Dream Eaters. They struggled to get into these positions with good time. But once you're in that position, I was going to say it can go very well. Of course, he gets the 1 kill. That's a really late team kill from Kios. He just shot his teammate in the head of a Desert Eagle well after the action was done. So I don't know if that's nerves or if he's been paid off by AVANGAR. Either way, there are 2 players remaining for Syman Gaming. Make it 1. Ramzik alone now. Was almost walking into a crossfire. I can't wait to see a replay of that. What on earth happened there? 2 team kills in 2 rounds, I think, for Syman Gaming. And just the 1 kill on the MP9 for AVANGAR, so no real damage done in that respect.
I'm starting to get a little bit worried for Syman Gaming because I'm liking what we're seeing from AVANGAR. They are looking really solid in the CT side so far. Let's not forget they decided to, instead of going for the force buy, they saved a round, and then since then they've been pulling rounds together. And that's really nice because you get on the board straight away. You don't have that awkward gap if you lose the force buy of a couple rounds where the other team gets to build some economy and so on. They're just straight into it. James being on the AWP straight away, and this is often what they play for AVANGAR. They do want to get James on the AWP and keep it on him as much as they physically can. James has moved around towards the A-bomb side now, so If you think you're avoiding him by not going to B, as this is the first time now that he's going to be showing himself towards A, so that's going to be a nasty surprise towards Boiler.
Always important to mix up the position of your CT sniper. A Molotov into Boiler to prevent a burst, and Shane will re-aggress. That's exactly what you want. Sniper on short to continue to move forward and get that information. A tag but no frag from both the players, James and Torek. Smoke towards the library to cut off the vision, to isolate the players. You could choose to go forward, but you'd be alone. And that pulls people away from the banana position. Buster's just peeking, but he's got no grenades, he's got no flash or Molotov or smoke to slow people down. Kikat's gone deep towards CT, but he's got no nades either, so, well, really, there's a flash in the smoke, a flash in the HE rather, for AVANGAR, so they've basically got no grenades with which to defend the B-bomb site. They do have guns, and that might be enough. Syman Gaming doesn't have any flashes either, they've got smoke, and that's about it, so it is going to be a war of attrition wherever they choose to go. Need a tactical rotation, that'll do for now, but there's an instant rotation back towards A from AVANGAR.
Yeah, they know exactly what's going on. James, nice connection. He's going to fall back to safety after that one. 3 players left. Now, the time is a huge problem right now for Syman Gaming. They have to push forward. Adren will go down, but Sanji will cover for the trades, and Kika swings to finish it off. 12-9 as AVANGAR once again circumvent the attack from Syman Gaming. And Syman Gaming need to come up with some new ideas here. AVANGAR are looking very comfortable. They're reading all the plays really effectively.
Chest with knives, and it goes the way of AVANGAR. 3-round lead for them. Slightly better stats on Inferno, but both bad, really. This is the last tactical pause for Syman Gaming in normal time, as you can see. And the money's not great, about $3,000 per person. So AVANGAR are going to be within range of that first map. They've got some money in the hole. James got a full buy, so there are AWPs galore for him. Spray transfer from Sanji as we move into round 22. A lot of Kevlar being picked up for Syman Gaming, but not a lot of utility. 2 flashes and 1 smoke grenade. They are at maximum loss bonus, so they can invest a little more than the average eco, that is. Some Deagles, some P250s. These flashbangs better be good.
There it is, the classic flashbang burst up top mid. Sanji, though, able to take Kios's head off. Repositioning, Kiko as well, looking for his spray, and it is a wipeout. It is a wipeout. Oh, man. It's not worked out too well here, although James going to actually lose his AWP. Oh, that's cheeky, isn't it? Torek. Oh, man.
Full service.
Yeah, that is. I love that. The shenanigans with the toss of the orb.
Oh,
Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Kiko didn't have any bullets.
if only he had the bomb, but it's an arch with all the bodies of his teammates. Maybe he can squeeze another frag out, and that would be really important. The money's not fantastic for AVANGAR, so any way Torek can weaken them would be fantastic. He knows there's got to be cover for his teammate. For the teammate, and there is from Buster, so the damage is limited. They'll look for the AWP, they won't find it, but again, as I mentioned, James had 6,000 plus, now he's got 100, sorry. He'll pick up another AWP. We'll see if Syman Gaming can capitalize on that damage in the future.
I love that, so cheeky, but AVANGAR again looking really good on the CT side. They're looking like a completely different team, but based on the, if you compare it to the first half. And James is going to lead the way towards Banana with the AWP that he's just rebought. Deep incendiary. And, oh no, Ramzik. It looked like he had the first shot there, but he whiffed it. And that is going to be him done in this round.
They can't afford to lose too many more of those. And it does indeed get worse for them. Kios has exploded. Dental record to identify the body. Torek, Perfecto, and Neelan have a lot to do. They can't really afford a lurker anymore. Oh, James should have landed that one, but there are still plenty of advantages for AVANGAR. Spots one of the 3 players. They won't push Banana. AVANGAR. Comfortable with their advantages. That's a lot of information now. 2 smokes tells a hell of a lot. Down goes James.
Yeah, there wasn't even any traces for Nealon to punish. He just got a few bullets and all of them connected. So that's the kind of fortune that they need to salvage the situation. Sanji's in the bomb site though with the Kree, looking to find some heads. He's going to find some, but how many? Another one, and also will defend. So Vanguard, when push comes to shove, they are locking it down. Syman Gaming, what can they possibly do to change their fates against the AVANGAR?
Dust 2 as a decider. I think AVANGAR won a 2-0. They really don't want it to go to Dust 2. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not, but we know Syman Gaming have notable T-sides on Dust 2. That was at the minor, before they made their improvements. Grenades up banana from both teams, up and down banana. You can see Syman Gaming are on pistols mostly, but they've got a lot of utility, which means they can use that for position to get close to these players. Sanji makes his way towards the B bomb site. No flashbangs for him, but he can drop a smoke in.
It's a really good read from AVANGAR. They must understand the money situation for Syman Gaming because they've rotated preemptively an additional player towards the B bomb site. And this is Sanji the play. The rush into B with the nades, but Kiko good again for multiple kills as he looks for his third. He does have some assistance from Sanji. That is a save and a half. Sanji goes down, but he saved Kiko, and that's critical. That's going to stop them from getting a bomb plant as Kiko just holds on to this position. They've got to deal with him, otherwise they cannot plant the bomb. A flash going over the top there. Kiko doesn't have to commit. Again, all he has to do is deny the bomb plant and is at his feet right now. Eventually he pushes, and it leads it to a Dren.
1 versus 2. Still better equipped. They both have Kevlar though, so can Perfecto find a weapon? He's down to the Deagle. Ramsey's got to plant the bomb though, so he's coming to the bomb plant with the Deagle instead of the AK. And this is going to turn brutal, but Perfecto will trade the kill. Really awkward stuff. Maybe you want the Deagle player planting the bomb there if he's not going to be picking up a weapon. But they will win the round regardless. In the initial push from Syman Gaming, they had 2 of the 5 players making their way in, and it was a late stream from the other 3. So I think they would have had better early success if they had more players in that initial push. But they win the round anyway. 10 rounds now for Syman Gaming. That was a huge round to win.
Yeah, Perfecto with 4 on that Deagle. Like, looking at some of those shots in the replay, I got to say, that's definitely not a round that they can replicate consistently or rely upon.
It's not one they want to either, since they were pushing with pistols.
Yeah, let's look at this quick round restore. Yeah, so despite that being a pretty shaky round for AVANGAR have plenty of cash to rebuy, and Syman Gaming, they're going to be getting a full buy themselves. They can't do the same. I mean, they can try to do the same round. They can try to just go for a straight up B set piece. That is a possibility, but I don't know that they would have the same success.
If you ignore the pistol round, that's the first success they've had in this half.
Yeah. After
6 rounds in a row from AVANGAR. That's the main story in this half, with AVANGAR 2 rounds away from victory.
Absolutely. And it's been really tough for Syman Gaming in this Inferno so far. AVANGAR do look like the better team on this map. And again, that is expected. Syman Gaming are the underdogs here, for sure. I wonder if we'll see any upsets today. It's kind of crazy that we have Vitality in a 2-2 matchup as well. That's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? And they're going to be up against Greyhound later on today.
Mm-hmm. Greyhound have to be feeling energized after their run in the recent game or 2.
Yes.
Okay, looks like we will soon be ready to go once again. I've got the money to buy for now, but if Syman Gaming, this is the weirdest thing. Even though this is the only success Syman Gaming have really had in this half, if they can string a round or 2 together, they're going to break AVANGAR's money at a really bad spot for AVANGAR, and they could potentially steal this map away, even though AVANGAR have clearly been stronger in the second half.
And here we go, back into it. 14 for AVANGAR, 10 for Syman Gaming, and Syman Gaming will do what they can to try to find consistency, success in a place where they've so far been very dry in terms of those 2 qualities. And you can see that AVANGAR will try to deny the banana control there with the deep smoke, and it seems like Syman Gaming will respect that smoke. Both AVANGAR and Syman Gaming at this point kind of holding onto utility towards banana. Another smoke comes in from AVANGAR on banana. They are serious about it. And Syman Gaming are going to give it to them, and they're going to respond by harassing middle.
Okay, top mid has been taken. 1 minute on the clock. Keycat moving towards A. And there's Buster. There's a full investment here from AVANGAR. They must have read something. There's got to be some kind of clue as to the play from Syman Gaming that's caused an entire rotation from AVANGAR towards this A bomb site. And they're completely correct. They've got the footage to take a push for that smoke if they want to. Whilst that distraction, here's a two-man push. The bomb's been taken out. How do they know? How? It's not often you see a five men on the A bomb site like this.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something, some kind of grenade setup or something from Syman Gaming where AVANGAR's like, all right, let's all go A. We know what this means.
Yeah, it could be something like they've watched in the demos that when Syman Gaming when they lose banana control and there's deep smokes from the CTs, they just commit fully on A, like repeatedly. There's, as you say, James, there has to be some kind of a pattern and some kind of a tell to that pattern, because as you said, that's so bizarre to see a 5-man rotation. So bizarre, and that's the key, you know. If you could do that every round, of course you would never lose a CT round, more or less.
5-man stack.
15-10, AVANGAR 1 away from winning map 1 of this series, and then we'll be going to Dust 2, and that would be
Mirage.
where Mirage, sorry, and that's where Syman Gaming would have to try to save themselves. They're going to go fast towards top mid. Their buy looks absolutely atrocious.
Okay, well that's just bad timing, unfortunately, for Neelan.
Oh.
James spots another one. That's a beautiful shot. And suddenly there are 2 players remaining for Syman Gaming. This push has been a flash in the pan. Perfecto and Kios remain. And now it's just Perfecto. We talked about his multi-kills, but I think this one might be too much to ask. Just the 1 kill, and that's the first map for AVANGAR, taking Inferno in the best-of-3 series.
Yeah, that was really impressive from AVANGAR. You know, it looked very shaky to begin with, of course, because we saw a good chunk of rounds, 7 rounds or